Okay, so welcome back to what I purchased today. So these videos are designed to educate you on the potential, what a coin is worth and what you could buy it for and sell it. So hopefully this can help some people, educate them in coin buying and selling, or even if they got a coin collection and don't want it anymore, then they can get rid of it somehow, because a lot of coin sellers and coin collectors, they get a lot of coins and they have little information about the value. So these videos, I just open this up and we just see if there's anything worth the actual value that I'll pay for it. Anyway, so we have stamps on it. Stamp collecting for pretty much post 1950s dead. These ones are probably 80s, 70s, and as you can see, 43 cents. So that's before 1992 when they removed the 1 and 2 cent coins. And you got 1 cent Australian Antarctic Territory, valid in Australia. You got AVA stamps as well, but I've already described these. So we'll just see what is in this packaging. And this seller always has the coins packaged like this, which is pretty good. Now you're probably saying, oh, the coins will just fall out of this, but this is just the first layer. So this is the way you should be packing your coins if you send them out. So he has them in plastic envelopes. And these are all Papua New Guinea coins, which most of these look like current circulating coins. So we have the tawa, 10 tawa with a cuscus, which is a marsupial that inhabits New Guinea and Northern Australia. We have some in Queensland, but I don't think anyone really knows what they are. We have the 20 tawa. So these with a cassowary. So these are currently in circulation. Any coin from 5 tawa to 1 kina is a current circulating coin. Okay, so you can still use this. And this is, I think it's a leatherback turtle. Now the coins that they did demonetize are these ones. Or maybe you can still exchange them at the Bank of Papua New Guinea. So 1 tawa and 2 tawa. So I believe this is might be a stonefish, and it has a butterfly on the one. And all of these just have the coat of arms. Okay, so various denominations from 20, 50. So the 50 tawa was introduced in 1980, and they, until 2018, they all had just commemorative designs on them, and I believe all these circulate widely. As you can see, a lot of them, when I get them, they're all pretty much just in this condition. So this one dated 2007, celebrates St. John's Ambulance, and this one 1998 Silver Jubilee, Bank of Papua New Guinea. So 50 years of is it 50? No, 25 years of Bank of Papua New Guinea. And they have coat of arms. And the highest denomination they issue for circulation is a 1 kina. So this is 2005, the small one they issued, and that's the first year of issue. And the first year of issue, 1975, for the larger 1 kina. And these have saltwater crocodiles. So if you go to Papua New Guinea, you'll be using this one. They never issued a 1 kina banknote. The smallest banknote is the 2 kina, which, if you get a paper banknote, they're no longer legal tender. So you need to get the plastic ones. Any plastic issue is still legal tender. And here we have a 1 shilling. So these were issued for northern Papua New Guinea. So Papua New Guinea at times is divided into 2 territories. We have the territory of New Guinea, which is the former German New Guinea, and the southern area is Papua, which is British New Guinea. So started in 1935, they issued their own coins from halfpenny, 1 penny, 3p, 6p, and this is the highest denomination, 1 shilling. Obviously, being a poor area at the time, I would say majority of people wouldn't have used coins during this time period. And it's designed by George Kruger Ray using local imagery, but I'm not too sure what people. So there's about 600 languages on Papua New Guinea, different ethnic groups, so I'm not too sure what ethnic group it is. Here we have 2 mace, looks like the Edwardian crown, and this one is issued on Georgia 6, and this was issued under Georgia 5th. So these ones sell for about $10-15 each. I think 5 years ago they were $10. They're probably about $15 now after rise in silver. Anyway, last mintage in 1945, and after that they just decided to use Australian coins. So anyway, that is basically it for that. Not really anything special in there. So the cost was about $12, but these ones would be $20. And if you sell this one as a set, probably because of the low grade, you're not going to get a high value, probably about $10. So $30 for $12. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Bye bye.